Open with a visceral contrast. Two people, same salary, same city 5 years later, one free, one drowning. What changed? Not the wallet, the worldview. Stakes. Your mindset is your operating system. Tonight, we rewrite it. Promise. A clear blueprint to switch from survival to strategy. Power line. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your mindset. Redefine rich and poor. It's not money, it's a model. When most people hear the words rich and poor, their minds immediately go to money. They picture the size of a bank account, the car in the driveway, the house in the neighborhood. But let me tell you something that might shake you. Being rich has very little to do with the money in your pocket and everything to do with the model in your mind. I've seen people with millions who are mentally broke, always anxious, always chasing, never fulfilled. And I've seen people with almost nothing in their wallets, but overflowing with vision, resourcefulness, and courage. People who move through life like they are already wealthy. Why? Because true wealth isn't just about what you have. It's about how you see. The poor mindset is rooted in limitation. It constantly whispers, "There's not enough. I can't. Life is unfair. I don't have what it takes." It looks at opportunities and sees obstacles. It looks at challenges and sees dead ends. And over time, those thoughts become a prison, locking a person into the same cycle of struggle, regardless of how much money passes through their hands. Now compare that to the rich mindset. The rich mindset doesn't deny problems, it reframes them. Where the poor mindset asks, "Can I afford this?" The rich mindset asks, "How can I create the resources to make this happen?" Where the poor mindset says, "This is the end of me," the rich mindset says, "This is the beginning of something new." And here's the truth most people don't want to face. You can put a poor-minded person in a mansion, and they'll find a way to lose it. But you can take everything from someone with a rich mindset, strip them down to nothing, and they'll rebuild brick by brick, dollar by dollar, because wealth is not the possessions, it's the perspective. Let me give you an image. Imagine two people walking through the same field. One sees only dirt and weeds and complains that nothing grows here. The other kneels down, feels the soil, and says, "This is where I'll plant something new." 10 years later, one is still complaining and the other is harvesting. The field never changed, the eyes did. This is why lottery winners go broke within years, while self-made entrepreneurs rebuild after losing everything. It's not about the external, it's about the internal. The operating system determines whether you use money as a tool or let money use you. Think about your daily thoughts. When you see someone succeed, do you say, "They're lucky"? That's poor mindset language. Or do you say, "If they can do it, I can learn from them"? That's rich mindset language. Do you wake up saying, "I have to go to work"? A statement of slavery. Or, "I get to build something today"? A statement of ownership. The poor mindset believes life happens to them. The rich mindset believes life happens for them. One is trapped in reaction, the other operates from creation. But here's where it gets powerful. Every single one of us has both voices inside. It's not just about the world dividing us into rich people and poor people. It's about which voice you train every day, which one you feed, which one you listen to. You don't need $1 million to start thinking like the wealthy. You need courage to shift the question. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this course," ask, "How can I create the value to earn it?" Instead of saying, "I'll never get out of this debt," ask, "What new skills can I learn to increase my earning power?" Wealth begins with a decision to see possibility where others see walls, to see lessons where others see losses, to see leverage where others see limits. When you redefine rich and poor as models of thought, you break free from the lie that your circumstances define your destiny. You begin to understand that your bank account is not the ceiling, it's a reflection, a mirror of your patterns, your beliefs, and your daily decisions. That's why some of the most inspiring success stories don't begin with money at all. They begin with someone standing in a small apartment, or working 2 jobs, or hustling with no safety net, but whispering to themselves, "There has to be more. I can find a way." And because they chose that model, little by little, their world shifted. And the beauty of it? So can yours. The operating system, scarcity versus abundance. Every human being lives by an invisible operating system. It's not your phone, not your computer, it's the mindset that runs your life. And at the root of that system, there are only 2 programs, scarcity or abundance. Scarcity whispers, "There's not enough time, not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough of me." It convinces you that life is a competition, that if someone else wins, you must lose. It chains you to fear, comparison, and hesitation. People trapped in scarcity never start the business, never ask for the raise, never take the risk because they're too busy protecting the little they have. Abundance speaks a different language. It says, "There is enough. There is more to create, more to learn, more to build." Abundance looks at challenges and asks, "What's the next lever I can pull? What's the lesson here? What's the opportunity hidden in this mess?" It's not naive optimism, it's the belief that solutions exist, that growth is possible, and that your future is bigger than your present. The difference shows up in your words. Scarcity says, "I can't." Abundance says, "I'm learning." 2. Scarcity says, "It's too late." Abundance says, "I'll start now." Your language is not just words, it's programming. Every sentence you repeat either limits your world or expands it. And here's the secret. Abundance doesn't wait for circumstances to change, it creates change. Scarcity says, "Once I have more, I'll do more." Abundance declares, "I'll do more now, and that's how I'll have more." When you shift your operating system from scarcity to abundance, the same world that once looked like a battlefield begins to look like a playground. Identity and standards, who you're becoming. Your life is not shaped by what you want, it's shaped by who you believe you are. Identity is the compass that directs every decision, every habit, every action you take. You can set all the goals in the world, but if your identity doesn't match them, you'll always sabotage yourself. Think about it. Someone who identifies as "I'm always broke" will unconsciously make choices that keep them broke. But someone who says, "I am a builder, I am an investor, I am a creator will act in alignment with that identity even if they start with nothing. Your standards are the guardrails of your identity. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your standards. If your standard is I work out when I feel like it, then your health will always be fragile. But if your standard is I don't miss workouts, period, then even on hard days, you'll show up. Standards aren't about perfection. They're about non-negotiables that anchor your life. This is why rich mindsets set standards higher than their circumstances. They refuse to tolerate mediocrity in their discipline, their learning, their relationships. And here's the truth. What you tolerate becomes your life. If you tolerate toxic friends, you'll live in a toxic world. If you tolerate laziness, you'll live with regret. Identity and standards together form the engine of transformation. You don't have to wait for success to adopt a new identity. You begin by saying, I am the kind of person who, and then backing it up with action. That's how small habits become powerful rituals. That's how an ordinary life becomes extraordinary. Time horizon and compounding poor mindset is obsessed with the now. It chases quick wins, instant gratification, the fast dollar. It spends money today and wonders why tomorrow feels the same. But the rich mindset stretches its time horizon. It thinks in decades, not days. It asks, what will this decision create for me 5 years from now? Instead of, what do I get right this second? That difference changes everything. Because when you extend your horizon, you unlock the secret power of compounding. Compounding is not just about money, it's about habits, skills, relationships, and knowledge. One book read today may not transform your life tomorrow, but 10 years of consistent learning will make you unstoppable. One workout doesn't change your body, but years of training build strength that money can't buy. The poor mindset quits because it doesn't see results fast enough. It says, I worked hard for a week and nothing changed. But the rich mindset knows the curve of growth is invisible at first. Progress looks slow, boring, even invisible until suddenly the graph explodes upward. Think of it like planting a seed. For months, you see nothing. The soil looks dead, but underground, roots are digging deep. Then one day, a sprout breaks through and eventually, a tree stands tall. That's compounding. The impatient pay the patient. Those who can't wait sell too early, quit too soon, or waste what they have. Those who wait, who keep showing up, who let compounding work, those are the ones who rise. So the question is, are you living for the weekend or for the decade? Are you chasing dopamine today or planting seeds for tomorrow? Radical ownership, locus of control, one of the greatest divides between the rich and poor mindset is ownership. The poor mindset says, it's not my fault. Life is unfair. The system, the boss, the government, the family, that's why I'm stuck. And while some of those things may be true, that thinking leaves you powerless. Because when you hand away responsibility, you hand away control. The rich mindset operates differently. It doesn't deny problems, it claims them. It says, it may not be my fault, but it is my responsibility. That shift is the difference between living as a victim of circumstances and living as the architect of your future. Radical ownership means looking at every situation and asking, what part did I play in this? What can I do differently next? Time. What is in my control right now? It's not about blame, it's about reclaiming your power. Think about it. If your finances are a mess, you can point fingers forever. But nothing changes until you say, I will master money. If your health is slipping, excuses don't heal you. Ownership does, even in failure. Ownership gives you freedom because you realize failure is just feedback. A teacher pointing you to the next move. People with a poor mindset spend energy avoiding responsibility. People with a rich mindset use responsibility as fuel. They create systems, weekly reviews, accountability partners, daily reflections to keep themselves aligned. They don't wait for someone else to save them because they understand no one is coming. When you embrace radical ownership, you stop asking, why me? And start declaring, watch me. Money mechanics, tools, not taboos for many people. Money is a subject wrapped in fear, shame, or silence. The poor mindset treats money like a taboo, something to be spent quickly, avoided, or used as a measure of self-worth. But the rich mindset understands that money is not evil, and it's not magic. It is a tool, a servant, a worker that, if managed well, will multiply. Every dollar you earn has a purpose. In the poor mindset, that dollar is a ticket to spend on clothes, gadgets, distractions. In the rich mindset, that dollar is an employee. You ask, where should I assign this dollar? Should it go to build security, create more income, or buy back my time? This is why the wealthy focus on assets over liabilities. A liability takes from you every month a car that drains, a lifestyle that bleeds you dry. An asset gives back investments, skills, businesses, or property that grow in value. The poor mindset waits for extra money to save. The rich mindset pays themselves first. Even if it's small, $10, $50, it builds the muscle of discipline. That small seed compounds into a safety net, into investments, into freedom. And beyond savings, the rich mindset invests in the greatest multiplier, skills, a course, a book, a mentorship. These are assets that increase your lifetime earning power. Because if you master skills that solve problems, money will always chase you. So ask yourself, do you see money as a fleeting chance to spend, or as a tool to build? Because when you learn to direct your dollars with intention, you stop being controlled by money, and you start controlling it. Relentless learning and skill stacking. Poor mindset believes education ends with a diploma. It says, I've done enough. I know enough. I'll figure it out later. But the rich mindset knows that learning never ends. Growth is not a phase, it's a lifestyle. Because the world keeps evolving, and if you stop learning, you stop. Leading, relentless learners treat knowledge like oxygen. They breathe it in daily. A book here, a podcast there, a conversation with a mentor, a course that sharpens a skill. They understand that one new idea can open a door that changes their future forever. They live by the 5-hour rule, dedicating time every week to deliberate practice, reflection, and study. It's not random, it's intentional. But here's where the rich mindset separates itself It doesn't just collect skills, it stacks them. One skill alone might make you average, but when you stack multiple skills together, you become rare. Imagine someone who can write persuasively, sell confidently, and understand technology. Each skill alone is useful, but together, they're unstoppable. That's the power of stacking. Every great innovator, leader, or entrepreneur you admire is a product of skill stacking. They're not one-dimensional, they've built layers of ability that allow them to adapt, pivot, and create opportunities others can't see. And the truth is, in today's world, skills are currency. They buy you freedom, credibility, and leverage. No one can take them from you, no matter what happens to your job, your business, or the economy. So ask yourself, what skills are you adding to your stack right now? Because the moment you stop learning is the moment you start losing. Risk, courage, and failing forward. The poor mindset avoids risk like fire. It says, what if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if people laugh at me? And in trying to protect itself from failure, it ends up protecting itself from success. Playing it safe feels comfortable in the moment, but over time, safety becomes a cage. The rich mindset views risk differently. It doesn't leap blindly, but it understands that every breakthrough requires courage. It looks for asymmetric risk moves where the downside is small, but the upside is life-changing. Maybe it's starting a side project, launching a product, asking for an opportunity. The poor mindset sees the risk of embarrassment. The rich mindset sees the possibility of expansion. Failure is the greatest teacher the rich mindset has. Every loss is data. Every mistake is a map pointing toward growth. Where the poor mindset sees shame, the rich mindset sees feedback. They fail forward using each stumble as a stepping stone toward mastery. Think of every successful person you admire. Behind their highlight reel are countless failures you never saw. The rejected ideas, the missed deals, the sleepless nights. They didn't win because they avoided failure. They won because they refused to quit after failing. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to act in spite of it. The rich mindset knows fear is a signal that you're stretching, growing, entering territory that matters. Instead of running from it, they walk through it. So the question is not, what if I fail? The real question is, what will I miss if I never try? Habits, environment, and energy. Your life is not built by the big events, it's built by the small habits repeat. Every day. The poor mindset relies on willpower. I'll change when I feel motivated. But motivation is unreliable. It fades. The rich mindset builds systems, habits so ingrained they don't require thinking. Habits are the invisible architecture of success. Wake up early or sleep in late. Read daily or scroll endlessly. Save before spending or spend before saving. None of these choices feel life-changing in the moment, but over years, they carve completely different destinies. But habits don't live in isolation, they are shaped by your environment. If your kitchen is full of junk food, your diet will reflect it. If your desk is cluttered, your mind will be too. If your circle is negative, their energy will drag you down. The rich mindset understands this and designs environments that make good choices the default. They surround themselves with people who stretch their standards, spaces that fuel their focus, and tools that remove friction. And beneath it all is energy. Without energy, even the best intentions collapse. That's why wealthy thinkers protect it fiercely. They prioritize sleep like a business meeting. They treat their bodies as assets, moving daily, eating to fuel, not just to fill. They guard their time, saying no to what drains them so they can say yes to what matters. The poor mindset burns energy on drama, distraction, and excuses. The rich mindset channels it into creation, growth, and vision, because success doesn't just require time, it requires energy directed with precision, value, leverage, and multiple streams. The poor mindset believes money is earned 1 hour at a time. Trade time for cash and hope it's enough. It sees income as finite and effort as capped. The rich mindset thinks differently. It knows that money follows value, and value multiplies through leverage. Leverage is the invisible force that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary impact. It can take the form of capital, content, technology, or people. One skilled person working alone may create some results. A skilled person using technology or a team can create results that scale exponentially. That's the mindset difference. One works harder, the other works smarter. Multiple streams of income are not about greed, they're about security and freedom. The poor mindset relies on a single paycheck, vulnerable to layoffs, market shifts, and unexpected crises. The rich mindset diversifies: a side business, investments, intellectual property, royalties, digital products. Each stream adds a layer of resilience and opportunity, reducing risk while increasing freedom. Creating value is the starting point. Solve a problem that matters. Serve people who are willing to pay. The more lives you impact, the more leverage you earn. And once you understand leverage, one action can ripple into results far beyond what one person could achieve alone. The rich mindset builds systems, automates what can be automated, and duplicates what works. They don't wait for permission or luck, they engineer opportunities that create compounding value. Ask yourself, are you trading hours for money? Or are you building value that works for you even while you sleep? Because the moment you understand leverage, your time, effort, and results multiply in ways the poor mindset can't imagine. Relationships. Mentors and a skink poor mindset often believes success is a solo journey. It tries to do everything alone, struggles in silence, and waits for opportunities to fall from the sky. But the rich mindset understands one fundamental truth: your network is your net worth. The people you surround yourself with shape your thinking, your standards, and ultimately, your results. Mentorship is not a luxury, it's a multiplier. Learning from someone who has already walked the path accelerates growth, avoids costly mistakes, and provides perspective you can't get from books alone. The poor mindset hesitates to ask for guidance, afraid of rejection or seeming inexperienced. The rich mindset asks boldly, seeks advice, and implements what they learn. Every mentor is a bridge to the next level. Relationships are more than networking, they are ecosystems of value. The rich mindset invests in giving before receiving. They help, support, and share insight generously, knowing that influence and good will always return multiplied. They understand that being in the right room can change the trajectory of a life faster than effort alone ever could. Asking is an act of courage and clarity. The poor mindset waits, hoping opportunities appear. The rich mindset asks, who can help me? Who can I collaborate with? What do I need to learn? Asking is not weakness, it is an accelerator. It turns invisible opportunities into concrete results. Every person you meet has the potential to open doors or illuminate blind spots. Surround yourself with those who stretch you, challenge you, and elevate your thinking. Seek mentors who have achieved what you desire, and never underestimate the power of asking clearly and boldly, because your future is built as much by the people you allow in your life as the choices you make yourself. Gratitude, generosity, and grounded ambition. Poor mindset often confuses ambition with dissatisfaction. It says, I'm not happy because I don't have enough, and constantly measures life against what is missing. The rich mindset flips the script. Gratitude is its foundation, a recognition that even in struggle, there is always something to appreciate, a seed of possibility to grow from. Gratitude doesn't make you complacent. It makes you powerful because it fuels clarity and focus. Generosity is the natural extension of gratitude. The rich mindset gives without expectation, knowing that contribution expands capacity. Giving time, knowledge, or money doesn't diminish what you have, it multiplies it. Every act of generosity is a signal to the universe and to yourself that abundance flows, that you are capable of more than you consume, that wealth is a tool, not a trophy. Grounded ambition is the balance between hunger and contentment. The poor mindset is restless, chasing every new shiny object, burning energy on comparison and envy. The rich mindset is strategic. It is hungry for growth, but grounded in reality. It pursues goals with discipline, patience, and focus, understanding that sustainable success is a marathon, not a sprint. Gratitude, generosity, and grounded ambition work together like the three legs of a stool. Gratitude keeps you humble and aware of your progress. Generosity builds influence and impact, extending your reach beyond yourself. Grounded ambition ensures that your drive is purposeful and resilient, anchored in what truly matters rather than fleeting desires. When you combine these three forces, you operate from a place of strength. You attract opportunities naturally. You influence others authentically. You create a life that is both successful and meaningful, a life where achievement doesn't overshadow appreciation and ambition doesn't overshadow purpose. The 30-day mindset switch, action plan transformation, doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen when you simply wish for it or wait for the right time. The rich mindset knows that change is deliberate, consistent, and measurable. That's why the 30-day mindset switch exists, a structured approach to reprogram your thoughts, habits, and actions so that wealth, opportunity, and growth become inevitable. Week 1. Awareness. Begin by observing yourself without judgment. Track your time, your spending, and your daily thoughts. Notice where scarcity creeps in those words, choices, and behaviors that quietly limit your potential. Reflection for just 10 minutes a day can illuminate patterns that have controlled you for years. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Week 2. Identity. Decide who you are becoming. Write it down. Say it aloud. I am the kind of person who creates opportunities, invests in growth, and refuses excuses. Establish one non-negotiable habit that aligns with this identity, a ritual that signals to your mind, "This is me." Adjust your environment to support your new self, the people, the tools. The spaces around you should reinforce the identity you are claiming. Week 3. Value. Shift from survival to contribution. Identify one skill, product, or service you can offer that solves real problems. Launch it, share it, or test it in the real world. Ask for feedback. Every action builds confidence, competence, and leverage. Value creation is the bridge between mindset and tangible results. Week 4. Leverage. Automate. Delegate or systematize one area of your life. Schedule deep work. Create processes. And make one bold request that could accelerate your growth and ask. A pitch or a collaboration. Leverage amplifies your efforts and multiplies the outcomes of consistent action. The 30-day switch is not about perfection, it's about starting small, deliberate steps. Repeated every day can completely rewrite the trajectory of your life. Final. Pledge and visualization before you take the next step in your life. You must see it clearly in your mind. The poor mindset drifts through life, reacting to circumstances, hoping for luck, waiting for change. The rich mindset visualizes the future it wants and aligns every action toward that vision. Visualization is not daydreaming, it is a rehearsal for reality, a mental blueprint of the life you are determined to build. Close your eyes for a moment and picture your future self. See the person you are becoming, the habits, the discipline, the energy, and the confidence radiating from you. See the financial freedom, the health, the relationships, the respect, the opportunities that once felt impossible. Feel the emotions of success, pride, excitement, gratitude, and certainty. Let that feeling anchor deep inside you. Now, make a pledge to yourself. Speak it aloud. With conviction, I commit to being the person who takes responsibility, embraces learning, creates value, and acts with courage every single day. I will not settle. I will not wait. I will build my life intentionally and relentlessly. This pledge is not a fleeting promise, it is a declaration to the universe and to your inner self that you are done accepting mediocrity. The power of visualization combined with a pledge is transformative. The mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined future and reality by seeing it, feeling it, and claiming it. You activate your brain, your habits, and your energy to make it real. Every action you take from this point forward is guided by that vision. This is the moment where doubt loses its grip, the moment where fear becomes fuel, the moment where you burn the boats behind you, knowing there is no turning back, only forward, toward the life you were meant to live.